Hello, mine's Dr. Mike Moriarty. I got a small YouTube channel. I mainly show people health and fitness with a chiropractic's perspective. Today I'm going to go over a question that I get when it comes to like health and fitness and losing weight and adding muscle. There's certain things that I've learned over my years that have helped me achieve my biggest goals, and I'm going to share that with you today. Okay, when you're looking at goals, or you're looking to achieve something that's big, you need to put a framework in your mind that you have to know where you're going and when to get there. You know, that's the same old thing, is that if you take a ship in the ocean, if you're off just by 1 or 2 degrees, you'll end up in a completely different location than where you're trying to achieve. Same with golfing. Just small little movements can make the world of a difference. When it comes to health and fitness, especially with losing weight, because that's the biggest problem that people have nowadays, you need to know exactly where you need to be and when you need to get there. For example, if you say like, I need to lose my daughter, or I'm getting married, or someone, some event's coming up, summertime's coming, you need to understand exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Say, I need to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. And you have to make it where you need to find a way to structure your mind that it has to get done. You have to get it done. It has to be some type of event. Say you're taking a vacation, you need to look good you don't want to be embarrassed wearing a bathing suit. Or you have a wedding, or you're going to get a photo shoot where you're going to take pictures of the new you. You have to make something, you have to give it purpose. So if you're trying to lose 30 pounds in 3 months, you want to understand is that you need to find a way to measure it. Because if you don't measure, if you don't monitor and measure, you don't get results. You have to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. For example, 30 pounds in 3 months means you have to break it down into small little chunks. So that's 10 pounds a month, which comes down to 2.5 pounds a week. You have to find a way to measure this. You can't just jump on a scale and haphazardly just lazily go through this. You need to know exactly what you need to do. You have to know exactly when and how you're going to get to this goal, this location, this new you. So if you lose 2.5 pounds a week, remember that human beings, we tend to repel pain 3 times more than we go toward pleasure. So if you think like, I'll feel so great, I'll look great if I lose 30 pounds, your brain will find every excuse why you're not going to accomplish this. And trust me, I'm a living example I know how powerful the mind gets, how you never have enough time. You're always too busy. Even if you're unemployed and you have no kids, you still will find a way to occupy all your time. You have to understand is that your brain will always play tricks on you. You need to know exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. You need to break it up into small, bite-sized little segments. You need to measure it and monitor it. So 2.5 pounds a week for 3 months, that's 30 pounds. And 30 pounds of fat, you're talking enough fat that's if you put it on your counter, the fat would just come off the sides. That's a lot of fat, because fat is 3 times lighter than muscle. So imagine if you have 30 pounds of hamburger, like lean hamburger on your, those little 1 pound packages of hamburger you can buy, they're like little thin things. Now imagine 30 of those, okay? And now fat takes up 3 times the amount of area as that 1 pound of hamburger. So if you go to a store and you look at a 3 pound package of hamburger times 10, that's huge. 30 pound change in your body composites. It's life changing. I mean, people won't even recognize you. Now, like I said earlier, you need to, secondly, you have to work out, you have to change your diet. You don't want to diet, you have to change your eating routines. And I have more videos and courses coming on that, because it's so simple, but it's such a simple road to walk on to lose a lot of body fat, but it's so easy to fall off it because there's so much misinformation coming in from all different angles. I got a course that you can get on the mailing list. It's coming soon, or it might be out now, depending on when you watch this video. Now, in order to accomplish anything, you have to know exactly what it is you need to do. You need to know exactly what date you need to have it done by. You need to break it into small, bite-sized pieces. You have to measure it. You have to find a way to make it, if you don't accomplish it, it has to have a negative, because like I said earlier, you're 3 times more likely to move away from pain. It's like, if you could find a way that you need to get this done because I'm going to get professional pictures taken of the new me, or I'm taking a vacation where I'm going to wear a brand new bathing suit and I'm going to look good and I'm not going to be embarrassed, or a wedding's coming up, or something coming up that you want, because embarrassment is a power motivator. When you do something, you put yourself in a position where if you don't accomplish it, you will get embarrassed. It's amazing how preventing yourself from being embarrassed is a powerful, powerful motivator. Saying you want to lose weight because you want to look good, you will find every excuse. You will fail 100 out of 100 times. There's a rare exceptions, people, but a lot of times the people that make the biggest changes, they have a life-changing event. They have a heart attack, they have a stroke, or they find out this, or they find out that. A doctor says something that scares them, or they hear something from their children or from a loved one saying, you're going to die. It's a powerful motivator. You need to find a way to back up this goal with something that's going to drive you, so that no matter how hard it gets, it's not going to be as bad as what's going to happen if you don't accomplish it. And usually embarrassment is a powerful thing. Set yourself up for a trip. Set yourself for a photo shoot. Let people know that you're doing, so that it's not just you in your mind, because your mind will play tricks on you. Like I said earlier, list out your goals, because whole body vibration is so powerful, but it won't do anything unless you have a goal behind it, and you have a change in your eating pattern, because what got you to where you're at now, and you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh what I said earlier. Pick a time. I always say 3 months. Know exactly what you need to accomplish. Say 30 pounds in 3 months. You do chunking. You chunk it into small groups. 10 pounds a month, 10 pounds a month, 10 pounds a month. Then you break it down into weekly groups. So you've got to lose 2.5 pounds by Friday every week. And you have to have a way to measure it. I use a little, one of the good ways is the scale, and also you measure different parts of your body. And on the website, I'll have information about this. I use a little part that does 24 areas. It's a little box that measures the body fat in 25 areas. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And it has I think a plus or minus 2% error. But if you do it the same time, every Friday in the morning before I eat, I have 2 cups of coffee and I measure myself before I take a shower, before I do anything. Because that will give me the best result, so that I can keep a continuation to see how much I'll lose it. So like I mentioned one more time. Determine where you need to be and when you need to be there by. Break it up into small parts. Find some way where there's something that's going to force you. A lot of times, something that would be considered almost a negative, that if you don't do this, this will happen. It could be things like a vacation. It could be pictures like having a photo shoot set up, taking the pictures of the new you, or a wedding, or something that you need to get yourself into a position. Like if you're going to a wedding, buy a dress that's 3 sizes smaller, where you're forced yourself to get into this. This is Dr. Mike Moriarty. I got information below. The website has more information. Thank you and have a great day.